Okay, I'm going to start taking this intake apart. The reason I'm going to do that is it's going to make it a whole lot easier to get this in there and underneath that wire harness. Should anyway. Okay, next I have, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 millimeter bolts that hold this plastic upper intake. 10 millimeter, they are. I got to take my fuel line off. Okay, I'm going to take this fuel line off the top here. Those are 8 millimeter. Wow, them are in there tight. Okay, after a bunch of struggling here, you got to pretty much work this back and forth, back and forth. This is sealed in here, and it's sealed pretty darn good. But that comes out, and you can see this seal here was sealed here, and I couldn't get it off. So I struggled for a while with it, but if you just keep working it, you can get it off. Okay, to get this injector spider, I guess they call that, you just, according to the Chilton manual, you pry these apart, and it's got 4 tabs, or 2 tabs on each side, and then you squeeze these injectors, and they come out. I probably should have pulled them out before I pried it up, I'm thinking. And there she comes. You see I got them marked so I don't get them mixed up. They have numbers on them. Okay, next I'm going to take the EGR valve off here. Same 10 millimeter. You'll probably need a new gasket for that. And finally, the coolant neck. I'm going to go ahead and put a new thermostat in here while I'm doing this. So another reason why I'm pulling everything apart is because this is going in the parts cleaner, and I want everything off so I can clean it off really good. Pry this out of here, and it's ready to go to the parts washer. Okay, I'm getting this upper intake ready to get cleaned up. I pulled the map sensor out. I might have wrecked the seal though pulling it out, so I might have to get a new one of them. Hopefully they ain't too expensive. And I pulled this. This is just for vacuum, I guess. It's got an O-ring there. You just twist it off. It goes here. Kind of twists and locks on. You just untwist it. Pretty easy to get off. So this is ready to get all cleaned up now. Well, while that intake is soaking in degreaser, I'm going to pop this water pump off. There's 4 bolts. You can see one there. There's one right below it. You can't see it. And there's one right there, and there's another one below that one too. So you can see where it was leaking there. I'm going to take it back. I believe this has a lifetime warranty on this water pump, so should be able to get a new one. It's going to be real easy for me to get to it with all this stuff off, so I might as well do it now. Okay, you got the pump out. You can see the 4 bolt holes that hold it to the block, and you got to pull off your pulley when you take it in, because you're keeping that. Them are 13 millimeter. The water pump bolts were 14 millimeter. Well, I got a new water pump here. I've got some time, still waiting on the intake gaskets, so I figure I might as well paint this up. The last one rusted up pretty bad. I'm just going to use this Duplicolor stuff. I've used it before. It seems to hold up pretty good. So I'm going to spray that, and should be ready tomorrow to go back in. So hopefully this one won't leak. Quick tip while I've got a can of paint here. Now this has probably been on the shelf who knows how long, and I'm shaking it up really good. But what I'm doing is I'm shaking it upside down, so all the stuff that's settled to the bottom kind of starts filtering its way down. That's just what I do just to try to get everything mixed up good. Okay, the water pump's all painted, ready to go back on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and replace this oil pressure sending unit while I have everything apart, because that will probably be impossible once the intake is back in there. So I'm going to do it now just to save myself the headache. The oil pressure gauge works, seems to work okay. I don't really think it's leaking, so, but for 25 bucks it's gonna be kind kind of a peace of mind thing for me to replace right now. Just because it's easy to do and it's a fairly cheap part. And here it is out. 27 millimeter wrench. We'll get this off. Come off pretty easy. Okay, you got the new oil pressure sending unit here. You can see it's already got stuff on the threads there to seal it up. So I'm just going to go screw it back in and plug it in so I don't forget to do that. Okay, I'm cleaning up these intake bolts now. I'm just putting them in the vise here and just cleaning them with the wire brush like that, cleaning up the threads. Intake is all cleaned up. I'm cleaning up for a daily driver anyway. Probably going to drop that the spider injector assembly in this thing before I drop it into it. It'll be easier up here to do that. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change out the fuel pressure regulator on the spider assembly. We got a new one here. I think these have been known to have trouble, so I'm going to change this one out. There's a clip that goes on there like that. You kind of got to work it off. It's not on there too hard. I'm going to pull this regulator out of there once I got two hands here. Okay, I pulled the regulator out and the O-ring stayed in there, so did the screen, and this little O-ring's got to come out too. The new one comes with all new stuff, so that's gonna go in just like that. I'll push it in once I get two hands here. Now I got the new regulator in there. Definitely not the easiest thing to push back in there and get it clipped, but I got it on and I'm ready. I'm gonna put this on the intake before I drop the intake on. Okay, the fuel injector spider went in a whole lot easier than it came out. It's clipped in here on this deal, and I'm now all ready, should be all ready for this to drop in as soon as I get the engine side ready. Okay, my oil pressure sending unit's in. And I took a zip tie, pulled up the wiring harness as high as it'll go, so I can slide this intake in there. I'm going to get the gaskets out right now and put the RTV down. Okay, here's the new Felpro gaskets. This comes as a kit. You get really nice intake gaskets. You get a tube of RTV, some deals for the valve covers where the bolts go through. You get new valve cover gaskets. You got a new gasket for the upper intake, plastic intake. Got a throttle body gasket and a gasket for around the spider assembly there. And some miscellaneous O-rings that I need to figure out where they go. I think that might be this bigger one might be for the fuel pressure regulator. The other ones might be for, I'm guessing for the fuel injection. There's where the two O-rings go for the fuel line. You can see there's a smaller one and a bigger one. So that's where those O-rings go. Okay, on these gaskets, you can see these little nubs. There's two of them. They go on holes on the block there. You want to make sure they're seated on there good. Kind of got to wiggle them to get them to go in there. These are really, really nice gaskets from Felpro, so. Alright, I gotta put a bead of RTV along here and a bead right here, and then I'll be ready to drop the intake on. You want to go a little bit up here on this, up here on this gasket, and a little bit up here. It says in the thing about a 1/4 inch bead. You just want a good amount so it kind of squeezes out so you get a good seal. Okay, there's my bead, front and back, ready to lay my intake in right now. Boy, there's all kinds of wires back there that get in the way. But it looks like I got it.